What's up YouTube, and in this video I actually want to do something I've never done before on this channel. I'm gonna be straight up, I stole this idea straight from Indigo. I saw her video, I was like, oh, I want to do that, so I'm gonna take it. Goes up to her channel, really good stuff, but on this video I want to talk about, my honest opinions about certain WWE wrestlers. I asked you guys on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's at the MuscleManMalcolm, but drop different names of wrestlers and I'm gonna give you my honest opinion about them. Do I like them? Do I think they suck? Are they really good? Whatever. Seth Rollins, honestly bro, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, he's just cringe. Everything about Rollins right now, at least, I mean, maybe like 2015 Rollins, like when he was heel and champion and stuff, I liked a lot, but like, am I the only one that thinks that? Like, there's something about like face Seth Rollins that just doesn't click well at all. Like, his matches are fine, like he's a great wrestler. You could be a great wrestler, but like if a bowl of Cheerios has more personality than you, then like you got an issue. John Moxley. Okay, so I mentioned this on YouTube before, but I made like the worst wrestlers ever met type of video. That was like 2 years ago, I think. But a lot of people really didn't like the fact that I called Dean Ambrose lazy. To debunk that, which I know this is not going to get the same amount of views as that video did. I think he got like 100,000, which is crazy. I don't think he's lazy. I was wrong for that. I like him a lot more than I used to. Cause like back then, 2017, I didn't like him at all. Obviously, since he's left WWE, he's shown that maybe that wasn't him. Maybe that was just WWE. Honestly, you can say that for a lot of these guys I have on this list. I don't mind him. I enjoy him. I think he's pretty good. Still not a fan though, right? Like, I wanna like him. I respect everything he's doing right now. The surgery and comeback and all that kind of stuff. Like I respect the guy. I just don't think I'm a real fan of him. Christian, underrated. Should've been World Heavyweight Champion before Edge had to retire. Underrated. Dakota Kai, the reincarnation of Bayley, and I hope they don't mess up this time. She is so likable that one bad booking decision can literally mess her up and she will be treated like how Bayley is now. Maybe not right now, but like last year Bayley, that just got booed for no reason. Lily came out and said she's injured, has to miss her match at SummerSlam, and they cheered. But I really like her, she's great. Probably one of the most likable women's wrestlers, definitely on the roster, maybe of all time. She's great. Triple H. Underrated wrestling ability. Triple H is always a guy that's had decent to great matches, in my opinion. To me, when I envision like successful wrestler, I think Triple H. Long hair, tan, about 6'3", 270 pounds of big gorilla muscle. Got a taped up hands, taped up fingers, black tights, black boots, black knee pads. Like, he just looks like the prototype of a wrestler. Should be in the talks of greatest of all time. Matt Hardy, maybe. I'm the only person that ever thinks this in the world. I always liked him a little bit more than Jeff. I could feel someone just like, dislike. Before you dislike it, I mean, you can if you want. I can't stop you. Maybe it was just a theme song or something, but to me, he should have been World Heavyweight Champion. Like, SmackDown 2010, after Jeff left, that was like an opportunity, like how Christian became world champion after his brother left, or his friend, but he was his brother at one point because they thought they were related, even though they were just best friends, but whatever. To me, that was a perfect opportunity to have like, Matt Hardy fight for Jeff's honor against CM Punk, and that elevated him to the main event. To me, should have been World Heavyweight Champion, and the whole Woken thing was a horrible parody of what Broken Matt Hardy was. Yeah. Becky Lynch, really liked her when the whole man stuff started. At first, she seemed like an afterthought. She proved me wrong. Now she kind of feels a little dull again. I feel like the only person she can really feud with that gimmick is Ronda. Besides that, every other person she tries to wrestle and have like these feuds with, she comes off a little too wannabe superstar, but you're not really there yet. Maybe that's just how I feel. I think WWE Shop has made some banger Becky Lynch t-shirts though, except for the man-to-man, which I think might have been Rollins, but besides that one, WWE Shop has made some really good Becky Lynch shirts. That's a person, for the one time that I met her and everything I see of her online, she looks like an incredible human being, so. Undertaker. If you slander Undertaker, you're going to hell. And that's not a reference because he's dead. I mean that because you are just a crappy person. To do what he's done for the period of time that he's done it is incredible. Even with having an Instagram and having his wife that posted pictures of him on Instagram and whatnot, that aura around his gimmick still feels fresh. Should he retire? Yeah. But I'm not gonna complain to see another Undertaker match. I just want him to not get hurt. That's really it. Drew McIntyre. Bro, where's the man's world belt? He needs to be world champion. It's honestly upsetting that he hasn't been a 3-time world champion by now. And I'm not talking about WCPW or TNA, WWE. I'm taking personal offense to it because he is too good to not have been a world champion during his first run or during this run. He should have had a world title by now and held it for at least 4 to 5 months. Muscle Man Mal. MuscleManMalcolm is the greatest wrestling YouTuber on the planet. Very underrated, highly underrated. In ring as a wrestler, a lot to work on. You know why? Because he's never trained for wrestling outside of a few months last summer. So for the lack of experience that he has, he's okay. Could be a lot better. Some people think because his name's Muscle Man, he's supposed to be like ripped like Finn Balor. Never claimed that. Never claimed that. Tired of seeing people saying, you don't have abs. I don't. I've never claimed that. MuscleManMalcolm is just a name. There's nothing more than that. It's not an ego trip. It's literally just a name. I claim to be strong. I don't claim to look like The Rock. Besides that, he will hold a world championship in the next 5 years. That's a promise. Heath Slater. Underrated, actually. Really could have been like one of those fighting champion, like intercontinental guys, right? Plays every role that is given to him perfectly. Like the I Got Kids thing and being a free agent on SmackDown and Raw, he did that perfectly. Henchman in the Nexus or the Core, he did that perfectly. Even being squashed by every legend, I mean, he made that entertaining. Ricochet, I think The Rock said it best. He's a future WWE champion. He has all the potential to be the next big baby face. Don't turn him heel, ever. I don't think he'd be a good heel at all. A bad booking decision, like a heel turn, could mess that up completely. So please don't turn him heel. Please don't. Drake Maverick was never a fan of Rockstar Spud. Like, I liked him, he was okay, but was never a fan. When he came to WWE and was a 205 Live general manager, I was like, all right, you know, at least they found a role for him. And then he was the AOP manager, which was a horrible idea. He looked stupid. He looked like a toy next to those men. But everything he's been doing recently, it makes me love him. I absolutely love the guy. He is amazing. He's one of those guys like Slater, like I said. He can take any role that's given and make it really good. He's really good at playing any role that is given to him, which is a great person to have on your roster. Roman Reigns, loved him in the Shield, didn't really like him too much in 2015. I was a hater. Really respect the guy. Roman is a good wrestler. Like, he has all the potential to be the face of the company, but like they're trying to make him Cena or trying to make him Rock, and they're not trying to let him be Roman. He puts on solid matches. It's just that his storylines are just stupid. He has that kind of slow but cool guy nature to him. Like, he is the face of the company. He can't be the face of the company for a long time if you allow him to just be himself. Like, just let him be like the cool dude that he puts off on social media or puts on interviews. Like that Roman Reigns on interviews and stuff, where he's just like a laid back, really cool guy, but also can like kill you. That's Roman I want to see on television more. John Cena. I will say it and I mean it with a passion. The greatest wrestler of all time. The greatest professional wrestler, sports entertainer of all time. It's just how I feel, guys. I'm not asking to feel the same way. He's a little bit above a decent wrestler when he wants to be. He has a lot of charisma, not as much as The Rock, but still a lot of charisma. I mean, you guys watch Raw Reunion. He has an aura around him that just feels really important when he shows up, and he moves a truckload of merchandise. To me, Cena's really good at being a little bit above decent at almost every category, which is to me why I feel like he's the greatest wrestler of all time. So I mean, you can have a whole lot of charisma like Austin and Rock and Hogan and Flair. You can be really good in the ring like Michaels and Brett and Bruno. But to me, I feel like Cena just incorporated everything that you need to be the face of the company, all meshed together into like the perfect wrestler. I think John Cena is the greatest professional wrestler of all time. And I know no one's gonna agree with me, but that's just how I feel. Eddie Guerrero, gone too soon. I mean, the stuff that he could be doing now, would he still be wrestling nowadays? I feel like he could. I feel like he'd still put on decent matches. Like, definitely passing a torch to like Andrade would be amazing. Gone too soon. Love the guy. Great babyface. Amazing. Wyatt fan, complete garbage. Sucks at every aspect of life. Yep, I don't really mean that. He's a good dude. Candice Belair, I want to see more of her NXT. Like, I loved her on Independence, but I feel like she's just like a Miss Elizabeth now. Like, she's just there for Johnny. She's going into the feud with Io, so I want to see more of what Candice can do, because she could easily be a top babyface if they need her to be. She has potential to be such an amazing like figurehead of the women's division when it's her time to get called up to the main roster. She has all the potential in the world to be amazing. Lio Rush, obviously, I love the guy. I watched him debut on Independence. I watched him debut in Ring of Honor. Saw him win a world title in CZW. Saw him get signed to NXT. Watched his 205 Live debut. Watched his Raw debut. Watched literally everything Lio Rush related that can't be watched on the internet or in person. Because the dude, literally to me, is better than Rey Mysterio in the ring. Oh, whoa, I know someone doesn't agree with that. To me, as a cruiserweight, he can literally be the best cruiserweight of all time. The only thing he needs to do is just keep his attitude in check, if he really does have one, and he will be fine. But also, if he does leave WWE, like, he's accomplished a lot at such a like quick period of time. Like, he's done a lot really quick. So like, what's really left? Like, could he go to New Japan? Is there anything for him in Ring of Honor? Is there something there for him in AEW? I don't really know. WWE is the best place for him. Is where he needs to stay. I'll do a rapid fire of like 4 more, only because like I feel like this video's getting a little bit too long. MJF, the best heel in wrestling right now, and I mean it. Casey Catanzaro is the future of women's wrestling. She's going to be a great babyface. Buddy Murphy will be an incredible Intercontinental Champion. He's like one of those guys I feel like can actually rebuild the belt only if WWE will allow him to. Finn Balor, not really a fan. Respect the guy a lot, just not a fan. Nikki Bella, not credited enough for the help that she has made for women's wrestling. A lot of people think of her kind of like that Kim Kardashian of wrestling. She's definitely contributed a lot, but WWE makes it look like she's contributed everything, so that's why she has a lot of resentment. But she seems like a great person. Batista, my 3rd favorite wrestler of all time. It goes John Cena, Chris Jericho, Batista. He's from DC. He's a literal beast. The Animal, that is a real nickname. He is huge. Underrated, should be considered more in the upper echelon of top wrestlers or of legends. Whenever WWE decides to put him in the Hall of Fame, I will be there and buy a ticket to the closest row possible to that stage. He's from where I'm from, and he's going into the Hall of Fame, and I want to be there for it, and I want to be there up close and personal. Also, people need to stop hating on that WrestleMania 35 match. It was great, and you know it was good. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the video. That's my honest opinion about some of these WWE superstars and other wrestlers not in WWE. But there was a lot more other guys I could have talked about, but I'm trying to make sure this video isn't too long or longer than it needs to be. So if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know in the comments down below, and I will make sure to do that. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you really enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, always subscribe, and we outie.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a MuscleManMalcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.